Episode 70. The wisdom is in you. Hi, this is Ruth Elizabeth Hancock, the author of Work Your Energy, the Entrepreneur's Guide to Raising Your Vibration, Tapping into Higher Consciousness, and Achieving More Happiness, Wealth, and Success, and also the host of Work Your Energy podcast. So welcome to today's episode, which is all about the wisdom in you. Because we contain so much information, so much knowledge, so much data, if you like, inside our energy body and physical body. And all of this information can be accessed to help you live a better life, a better reality in this physical world. We can see the physical body, the physical aspects of you, as being the density aspects of you. So these could be seen as your personality. And the energy body can be seen as flow or consciousness. Consciousness, the more consciousness flows through your body, the more consciousness brings your body to life and brings you higher knowledge, higher consciousness, higher wisdom, higher guidance, which you can then use to create a far better life for yourself. Those of us who have too much low density in the body can find that we're really struggling through life, that life feels heavy, and this is because your body is heavy. And reducing this density, clearing this density, will allow you to feel lighter and brighter, and also to flow again with consciousness, to allow consciousness to flow through your body. Consciousness does not work with the lower vibrations, it only works with the higher vibration. So the more high vibrational you are and the less density you have, the more that you are able to co-create with consciousness and create a better life for yourself. I like to see the physical body as, if you like, our bag of tricks. And it's the things that we have come here to experience, maybe the things that we've come here to do, the things that we've come here to clear, and also the skills and attributes and strengths that we have in order to help us to live the best life that we can, help us to experience the best life that we can, and help us to find true meaning and fulfillment in our life. And this is what I mean by the wisdom in you. You have all the answers in you. You have all the answers to the questions about you, and I believe all the answers to everything. And the more that you do self-development, the more that you go into your inner world, the more that you will be able to access this information, which is all drip feeding, if you like, into your life to help you move along this journey, this life path in this 3D world. And that's why I often call it the game of life. However, I am meeting more and more people who I can see are really struggling, and they are working through many, many deep-rooted issues, which I feel has come from their ancestors. And this is known as ancestral trauma. If you look down at our history, you can see the amount of abuse, trauma, poverty, famine, pain, and suffering that there has been over the last minimum 2,000 years, probably way more than that. And all of these ancestral stories, ancestral suffering, gets stuck in our body, and in particular, it gets stuck in the first chakra. So all of our chakras are actually portals and link us to different dimensions, because as I talk about in my book, dimensions are not places to go, they are states of being. And we can experience multiple dimensions, but we are only experiencing this 3D dimension in this physical world. However, we are surrounded by multiple dimensions and we are able to experience reality in many different ways. It's only that nobody has taught us this. Nobody has told us this, so we are not aware of it. But we are multidimensional beings, and we have access to multiple dimensions. And because there is no such thing as time, we are experiencing everything now. And this is the joy of energy work, I think, because it means that we can clear our ancestors' traumas and abuse and past sufferings in the now, in the present moment. And at the end of this podcast, I will tell you how to do this. But for now, let's carry on looking at our ancient history, our ancestral history, if you like. I am currently exploring our ancestral past and our ancestral truth, if you like, for my next book, because for me, everything that I do is all about helping people to achieve their full potential. And it came into my mind that how can we achieve our full potential if we do not know where we come from? The past creates our future. I believe that our ancestors knew the secrets of our past, and they wrote all of this down in the ancient tablets, texts, and scriptures that we can now see today around us. For example, they talked about the reality of the rulers in the Nag Hammadi texts, the creation of mankind in the Enuma Elish, the Ultrahouses, and in the book of Genesis. But the interesting thing about reading these ancient texts is that when you start to really look at them all and you see the similarities between so many of them, within the ancient Egyptians, who were essentially descendants of the Sumerians, you see that the advanced technologies that they had access to at this time on the planet enabled them to build the most incredible monuments, cut the stone with amazing precision, and align them all to the stars, to the different solar systems and planetary alignments that we can see in the stars, such as the Orion constellation, Sirius, and the Pleiades. When you begin to open up to the true magic of our ancestors and to the truth of who our ancestors are, the next thought that comes into your mind is, if these are our ancestors, then this is who we are too. And that is absolutely it. These gods that came to our planet created us. They interbred with us. And we have their DNA within our DNA, within our physical bodies. DNA carries memories, as we can see within the field of epigenetics. So these memories that we have of ancient civilizations, of the stars, of different planets, they are being held in our bodies, they are being carried in our bodies. But also what is being carried in our bodies is 5,000 years or more of abuse, trauma, and suffering. So we have a lot of magic held in our bodies that has come from these advanced ancestors of ours, but we also have a lot of abuse that has come from essentially being held in a state of suffering. What I have learned from my own healing journey and those of other people that I work with is that so many of these survival stories, these abuse stories, these trauma stories, the stories around poverty and suffering and famine and wars and genocide and pain, they have been so traumatic to us that we have stored them in our bodies, and we have not understood of a way that we need to clear them from our bodies. And I think that this is what karma is. Karma is not real. I have not felt it was real for a very long time, but I have done a lot of meditations to understand what exactly is karma. And I think karma is simply our bodies trying to tell us what needs to be cleared, what needs to be healed and released from our own bodies, so that we can connect back to consciousness in a higher vibrational way. Our bodies and our minds have not been able to talk to each other because of the way that we have been taught, the way that we've grown up, the way that we just don't understand about the physical, spiritual connection in our bodies. So our bodies have been holding on to this trauma and passing it through generations, all the way down the line through generations, thousands and thousands of years back. And it keeps being recreated in our DNA, and it's always being passed down to the next generation. And of course now, myself and all of the people I work with, we're now busy clearing all of this ancestral trauma. And much of this ancestral trauma gets stuck in the root chakra, the first chakra. And as you can imagine, if you imagine the 7 energy centers that go up through the body, and the root chakra is the first one, if this one gets stuck, then you will not be able to have this flow of energy going all the way up through your body and connecting you to higher consciousness in the way that our multidimensional selves need to be connecting to this higher consciousness at all times. And because these physical traumas go back such a long time, we often find that the root chakra is the hardest one to clear. And we need to keep working on it. We need to keep healing it. And this is why in my Wealth Consciousness online group program that I run, we do energy healing, ancestral healing, inner child healing, womb healing, as much healing as we possibly can around this area to try and release these poverty stories, these money stories from the body. And the more we do this, the better our life gets. So this is a key area, working on the root chakra in this way. And in a minute, I'm going to give you some ways that you can start to clear your own root chakra. And it is something we have to remember, that energy healing is not something that happens overnight. So we just need to keep at it and know that whatever we are clearing from our DNA, and we are not passing it down to our children anymore, which means that whatever you do, it's making a difference in your child's life, in your family's life, in your friends, the people around you who you're quantum entangling with every single day. You clearing yourself is also having a positive effect on them as well. And of course, if we think about the collective consciousness and how we are all quantum entangling with each other, the more we clear ourselves, the more we are clearing the collective consciousness too. And this is going to be creating a much better world for our children to live in. So energy healing and healing the body is not one of those ways that you can control and make it happen in 3 days by staying up all night and drinking caffeine like you can with the physical world. It is something which it has to happen through time. Every time you are releasing energy, you're creating space in your body. Consciousness now has more space to flow into your body. You then have to allow consciousness to integrate with your physical body. And as it integrates, it upgrades you. It upgrades your mind. It upgrades your body. You then are able to see and perceive reality in a different way because you created space in your field. And then this in turn allows you to experience reality in a different way. But this entire process could easily take 5, 6, 7 days for this upgrading to happen out, and then this integration process. So in a way, your life, your healing, it is unfolding as you unfold. And there are no fast, quick ways to do this. It takes time. So I always say to people, schedule in some joy, some fun into your life every single day. Always take a lot of breaks. If you feel like sleeping, sleep, because this is the best form of healing. And treat yourself well. I think that we've been so conditioned into believing that we can control everything, that we have control over everything. We believe that this is something else that we have control over. But control comes from the mind. And I can see that the mind also has the inner critic. It also has a strong foothold with the ego. And we also have to allow time for the ego to accept the changes in the body, to accept the changes in the mind, and in a sense to transform itself, to change itself, to turn itself into something else, so that it cannot grip yourself into the past, but it can evolve with you and become a new part of you as you change. The ego is a natural part of you. It's a natural part of everybody. But I think the ego can get hijacked either by people around you, the collective consciousness, or even your own fears. And it can create this need to control and not allow you to evolve because it's keeping you low vibrational. So we need to move out of the mind and back into the heart at all times. We need to just drop back into the heart and allow life to flow. Consciousness flows. Life flows. When we allow it to flow, everything feels easier. Everything works better. Life is more fun because you've moved out of that low vibrational place, which is often where the mind takes us, and you've now moved into the high vibrational place of the heart. So, as I promised, here are some ways that you can start to clear the ancestral abuse, traumas, survival stories out of your root chakra and start to release those blockages in your root chakra so that you can allow more energy to flow up through your body. In the meditation I was doing this morning, I was asking some interesting questions and I got some very interesting answers. And one of the answers I got was that the voices of my ancestors are speaking through my throat chakra and they're very annoyed. But these voices are memories. So the memories of my ancestors are flowing through my throat chakra. And I can feel their feelings of injustice, persecution, suffering, and pain coming through. But I understood that by clearing these from my root chakra, I'd be able to clear out these memories, clear out their pain and suffering, clear out their strong feelings of injustice, and release them. So the first method is to listen to the frequencies of the root chakra. This is the solfeggio frequencies, and we have the root chakra frequencies, which are the lower end of the frequencies, around the 200, 300, 400, depending on which solfeggio frequencies you are listening to. But around the sort of 200, 300, 400 hertz frequency will allow you to listen to music that is literally going to melt away these blockages. It's going to be resonating with your root chakra, with the lower chakras, and starting to release the blockages which are being held in the form of trapped low vibrational negative emotions or trapped traumas and abuse, which are memories, and also in the form of beliefs. So memories are also beliefs. Emotions are also beliefs, because emotional energy is just energy, and it's the belief that we have behind this emotional energy which creates the high vibrational, low vibrational, or positive or negative emotion that comes behind it. So all of these low vibrational or negative emotions result from a belief, a story, a memory that has occurred and become trapped in your energy field. The next thing that we can do is we can use crystals that clear the blockages through the electrical charge. So the electrical charge sparks the electrical charge in our own chakra and clears the blockage in this way. So the root chakra crystals are the red ones, the grounding ones, the brown ones, the dark ones, the ones that, if you like, link us to the earth, link us to the ground. And of course, the root chakra is the grounding chakra. It is our stability, our security. It is our foundation. So blockages in the root chakra will mean that we do not have this strong foundation. We don't have this sense of security, this sense of stability in life. So people that feel very, very insecure can really benefit from clearing out and regularly cleaning out this root chakra and using these dark brown, dark red crystals when you're meditating or just lying down, or just have them in your room around you, because they'll still be working as long as they're in your close vicinity. And lastly, we can do journaling. And this is a way of creating awareness of the trapped memories and awareness of the abuses, the traumas that got trapped at different stages in our own lives, maybe in our childhood, but also in our ancestral lives as well. And this can take us back into past lives of our ancestors, which is epigenetics, or even into past lives of the collective consciousness, because we're all connected, we are all one, and we're all quantum entangling with each other all the time. So what you perceive to be your past life could simply be a past life that is coming from the collective consciousness. And I don't think it matters what the past life is. I think what's important is that we release this memory, we release this energetic memory, so that we can clear out, create awareness of issues that may have happened in the past, clear them out, and then allow our body to become more energy, less matter, and therefore free to work with consciousness, let more consciousness into the body, and which in turn upgrades our body, creates space in our mind, and allows us to perceive and experience reality in a different way. The more that we release energy from our minds, our energy field, the more that we create awareness of things, memories that may have got trapped, the more space we are creating. And this allows more information, more guidance, more higher consciousness, more knowledge to flow in. And with that is going to come a lot more clarity, support, guidance, and wisdom, which will give us information to help us in our next few steps. And finally, once you have done those 3 different things to help clear blockages from your root chakra, something that I always tell everybody is to remember to clear out your energy field every single day and set protection methods around your energy field. I use the word protection loosely because it's simply a way of stopping you from absorbing other people's energies. So quantum entanglement shows us that we are continuously interacting with other people's energies all of the time, with the collective consciousness, with the collective energy field, and also with whatever else is in the energy field, whatever that may be. We are surrounded by an invisible quantum field. Most of it we cannot see. And because we live in a multidimensional reality, a multidimensional world, I think it's very important to always protect our own energy. Because although we are connected to everything, we are part of everything, we still have our own energetic blueprint, our own energetic frequency, if you like. And that's important to us. And we need to be respectful of this, and we need to clear out this energy field all the time, so that we're not taking on other people's thoughts and feelings as our own. And we can also get our energy moving around our body and start eliminating depression and stagnation from our field. I have a meditation on my shop, which is setting energetic boundaries. It uses 5 different forms of protection, so it's a very good one to use, and it's only around 18 minutes long, and it's only $10. So I'll put the link to that. But you'll also be able to find many meditations on YouTube as well if you just search under protection meditation or meditation for protection. Okay, so that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's been useful. I do think that the root chakra is a very, very important part of our energy system, our chakra system. And I can see more and more people struggling with ancestral stories, ancestral memories that just don't belong to them, and I feel it's time to clear these out. I also can see that they're actually being cleared out as well, because the energies of the planet are raising. It means that more of these stories are coming up to the surface, and more of this stuff is being cleared on a collective level and a karmic level as well. So if you are struggling at this moment with lots and lots of stuff coming up to the surface, maybe you're dealing with a lot of childhood abuse or childhood issues, just know that this will get better. Use these energy protection meditations so that you're not absorbing other people's energy into your field as well. And just treat yourself well, rest, relax, do things that you love, and steer away from addictive behavior, because this unfortunately will make it worse. Okay, so as always, thanks for listening, and I'll catch up with you next week. Okay, take care. Have a great week. Bye.